Hello and welcome back to Warhammer 40k with me, Voltage McGammer, and
Me, ZaerAndSunshine.
it is not Teamwork Tuesday. It is not.
It's Wednesday morning, and we are here recording
because
the game doesn't fucking work.
Yeah, we cannot teamwork this. We cannot teamwork this, and Zaer is the one who has the save file. So, I am watching Zaer play a game while attempting to make commentary. Good luck, Zaer, you got this.
This is gonna be such a time. So, just for posterity, the problem, as was recorded in the previous session we uploaded, is that every time we get into this, in co-op mode specifically, at some point in the mission, it crashes.
We did successfully make it to the end once, and then died horribly. But every other time, yeah.
So when we did some research, we found out this is a known issue. With this mission in particular, in co-op in particular, and the only thing we can do is play it single player.
Yep, get past this mission, and then we should be able to do co-op again.
So,
this might seem like a shorter episode on the playlist, and it will be. But we're going to get through this mission.
And we're at least going to record it for the channel. So, it'll be a short video, and we'll have another full-length stream next week. But for today...
Commander, the major gate in the Angel Forge defensive wall is open. The Tyranid swarm is pouring through, and we also have reports that Orc looters are operating in the area. Unless the gate is closed, and the enemy driven back, Angel Forge is doomed. Only the Emperor's Space Marines can seal Angel Gate.
You know what would be really bad? If the other missions were also bugged similarly, but no one was able to test that because they could not get past this mission.
I'm so tired of this cutscene.
The worst time. And yeah, no, we still cannot skip this. Even in single player, cannot skip this cutscene.
Oh, in single player you can!
I see. Never mind, I am full of nonsense.
Look, if y'all want to see the cutscene, you can watch it 3 times in the previous video.
Almost 20 minutes ago.
I like how our dreadnought gets stuck in that corner literally every time.
Fighting the enemy, Commander.
Cowering behind closed doors is more likely, Thaddeus. Cowards, one and all.
Tools of the Emperor are meant to be used, not wasted.
Agreed, Targus. We should provide assistance if we can.
Avidus continues to be a jerk.
We'll never not be a jerk. Well...
There! More survivors.
Oh no. If the jerk turns into a corpse, are they still a jerk?
You have my thanks.
Yes. What is it? Getting a better vantage. Acknowledged.
The rain looks a lot better on your end than it does on mine because I turned mine down. Yeah, this costs me no system resources to do, because I'm just watching someone else play a game. I don't even have the game open right now.
Orcs. Just something in the ducts below us.
Ambush! Ravener! Kill it!
Another one! New target. Infernal snake beasts!
Look at your ability to keep everybody as a cohesive unit. Meanwhile, I'm always having my people wander around.
I apologize, by the way, if I'm pretty quiet while we do this.
You're doing the thought process of playing as 2 players who are doing all 4 units. I, meanwhile, am just sitting here. I'm supposed to fill the dead air. That's my job.
Microing 4 groups, all with activatable abilities, is kind of a lot.
I remember when I did Warcraft 3, all those years ago, I was told in a comment that I had Gosu Micro.
Expect greenskin
I looked at my own
ahead.
gameplay of it, it wasn't that good. It wasn't that good. I just had 4 different groups that had 1 caster.
Losing in the middle of a Tyranid infestation. Savages to the end.
You similarly right now are playing 4 groups with 1 caster.
Well done, Commander. 2 more generators and Angel Gate can close.
The volume of... I can fix that. Okay, well, get ready to see Discord overlay. Maybe that's something that's off. Okay, fixed. I did adjust things for settings. I could not have anticipated gunfire.
Take and hold. Understood.
Say it now before the cleansing begins.
And now we can almost not hear them. There is no in between. There is no in between. Well, on the plus side, if it crashes again. If it crashes again, then we know it's a problem with the mission and not just co-op. But you've beaten this game before, yes?
I have, twice. At least twice.
Get to that position, brother.
So theoretically, this is doable. I feel like I always came from this section at a different angle, so I always got that truck later.
Target killed. Use a grenade. Tactical.
I feel like you're going through this at good speed, too. Wait, were there some guys just standing on the roof?
Yeah, they're probably waiting to jump.
I see. Yeah, that seems like an orky thing to do.
Yeah,
Yep.
there they go.
Yep. It may have caused an impact if they had jumped earlier while their friends were still there.
Yeah. Also, fighting the Force Commander with jump attacks is just a really bad idea.
Yeah, isn't he like 98% immune to that?
He's pretty much immune to knockback. He can't be suppressed. I think I did no damage to that one.
That looked like it knocked over one thing, maybe. I keep looking over to the right to see if chat is there and what they're saying, but they're not there today. Because this is a recording.
Yep.
Target those greenskins. Target killed.
So you were having a discussion with me last night about dreadnought armor?
Assemble outside.
Yeah, so we'll be going into that in more detail when we get it, but I'm pretty sure the next mission we do here on Meridian will award us the Dreadnought armor.
Praise the Emperor and his Space Marines.
I'm pretty sure.
Which is effectively unusable except on one person.
There is an acceptable build for the Force Commander.
But we're not using it. Because our Force commander jumps.
We did not build for it, however, and it is a thing you have to build for.
I am the Emperor's servant. My faith is like steel.
Because you can't really respec in this game, can you?
Not really.
Look, the guards fight on.
Go, go, go!
Scouts here still engaged.
We will kill every last one of these creatures.
I am also attempting to move my mouse to pan the camera to be able to see things. No.
So, I could get the third generator now. However, for two main reasons, I'm actually going to go through the map and find all the guardsmen. Because it's just generally better to rescue them before you get the third generator. It's not very time efficient. However, as far as making the map as easy as possible,
Besides, when have we ever been time efficient?
Assemble outside.
I'm just gonna let those orcs and Tyranids kill each other.
Sounds like it's what they deserve.
Yeah, they're not the greatest. Very few factions in the Warhammer 40k universe, including humans, are genuinely sympathetic. Borderline none.
But it sure does sound like a fun setting to cause violence for the sake of violence' sake.
That's pretty much the appeal. Which, admittedly, this is a good game. And
Well-
it is a real-time war game. It's a good game when it works. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Alright, you lot! Fall back to rally point 4!
Watching this game now, I'm able to pay attention to like the architecture and things a lot more. I'm noticing the architecture more while I'm playing as an observer, and recognizing things that we saw while playing the game which came out much later, Dark Tide. Oh, that game was a mess. We played that game at launch. It was a mess.
It's been significantly improved, I must say.
But we've also not
They've
launched
done
it up.
some important patches.
We need only a worthy vigilant.
But the main reason we don't play it is because we only know just the two of us who have it.
Yeah.
The AI... I don't... They may have patched it, I still don't trust those AI companions.
The AI companions are not the best. We'll jetpack that.
But I still very much enjoyed my time playing as an Ogron, for as little as it was.
Okay. If I remember right,
Excellent spacer cage. By his will.
if I remember right, there's a guardsman squad over here, and then there's one down here.
Okay.
Okay, there's the one here.
Camouflage scouts. Foot soldiers. Trying to get a precise count.
Oh yeah,
More
you're getting them
guardsmen,
with stealth.
Move to support them.
I'm glad that they
They need our help.
can A, push you out of the way,
They fight the Emperor's foes.
and B, can discern you when you are stealth.
So, fun fact, during the time that they are running,
What are they functionally...
the guardsman squads are invulnerable.
Yeah, I was about to guess as such.
However, after the generators are on, they are not.
Oh. So that's why you're capturing them first, or...
And they help a lot in the defense portion later.
Okay.
So I'd really like to have them.
Okay.
And I'd like to position one of my squads on this generator. However, if the enemies on this map spawn infinitely,
Mm-hmm.
so that's not going to work out super great for us. So I think it's here.
Greenskins coming out of the tunnels.
I watch that newbie's prints. Try up the patience, boys!
Filthy greenskins.
Not even an animation.
Commander, these
Not even an
orc
animation of them coming out of the tunnel.
deactivated the generators.
They just kind of...
Yeah, no, they just spawned.
Must close Angel Gate. With me, brothers and sisters. Cover. Tactical marines ready.
So, one of the issues with Terminator armor, as we mentioned before, is that there's really only one squad that can use it effectively because of how the game's math works. And this is one of those things that's not super reflective of the source material, from what I understand. Admittedly, from what little I know about the tabletop game, Terminator Space Marines are fairly specialized troops.
There! Guardsmen holding the enemy back.
Miraculous. Guardsmen who can actually fight.
However,
Something in the ducts below us.
More Raveners!
Revenant
in
strike.
this game, when you only ever have 4 troops,
Snakes coming up.
and they force change the equipment that your troops can equip, a lot of squads are just better without Terminator armor, because the Terminator armor tends to turn off the skills you've unlocked by leveling them up.
Yeah, like things relating to cover. And
Things relating to
jumping.
cover, the equipment they can use. What's another good one? Oh, the disruption from assault marines. You lose because you're teleporting instead of using jump packs.
Something in the ducts
It's
below
just
us.
overall bad trades.
Ambush! Ravener!
Except for the guy
So
that
there's
uses...
really only 2 units that can use Terminator armor effectively in the campaign specifically. And that is the Force Commander and Tarkus. For the Force Commander, it's best as a ranged build, because the Force Commander's melee build works much, much better without it.
As we've discussed before, teleporting just works better when you're ranged.
How many have died in this spire alone?
Better vantage.
I mean, also if you use it effectively, which the Eldar typically do not.
I mean, they just kind of jump everywhere.
Yeah, they just kind of guess, and it works not great.
Do they really just teleport until they run out of energy?
Yes. They really do.
That distresses me so.
The AI in this game is, not good. Oh, whoops, Cyrus almost didn't get a second. There we go.
Greenskins coming out of the tunnels.
I can't believe they used that line twice. I mean, they talk about Raveners with the exact same wording like 3 times if you explore the entire map, so I can't be too surprised. But yeah, most squads of the 4 squads that can equip Terminator armor get a really bad trade out of Terminator's equipment. Thaddeus is a pretty bad trade, Avitus is horrendously terrible.
He just loses all of his abilities from the sound.
His damage decreases by a third! A whole third! It's unbelievable.
And how much durability does he get out of it? He goes from like...
Not enough. I'm not sure what the advantage is supposed to be from it, frankly. Thaddeus does his job worse. And Avitus does his job significantly worse. Targus just does his job differently, which is fine. And the Force Commander does better in melee if you do standard armor. And some of the standard armors in this game are really good on top of that.
Did the audio for the game get a little bit crunchy for you there for a bit?
Yeah, it just does that sometimes.
I see. Okay. Like, you were coming through clear, so I don't think it was anything on my end, so that's weird.
Excellent work, Commander. There is now sufficient power for you to close Angel Gate from the gatehouse.
Okay.
However, only a few mortar batteries have reactivated. Rousing additional generators will restore
The
more
minimap
defenses
appears
and
to
make
have
taking the gatehouse easier.
broken.
The choice of tactics is yours, of course.
Oh, there we go.
Sergeant Merrick here. My men
It's right next to your eyes, so it should be there.
overlooking Angel Gate.
So now the guardsman squads go all at once, at full strength, with sergeants. So they'll do a much better job of taking the bunkers there and surviving.
Okay.
And that will give us a lot of extra damage when we go do the main objective. So we're going to pick up the generator so that more turrets are online. Again, increasing our damage. We've most likely cleared most of the map, so there should only be the infinite spawning enemies left.
And those guys aren't really that tough.
It looks like on the minimap that they have successfully occupied all the buildings. I said capture, please. Is the map clear enough that I could send Cyrus over here?
Probably. I remember that one used to be surrounded by 5 bajillion orcs, though, wasn't it?
Oops.
Yeah, it's surrounded by 5 bajillion orcs.
Additional sentry guns are now online.
Yeah, those look familiar. It almost is. It feels like I've done this 3 times.
Funny how that works.
Yeah, I'm very familiar with this corner of the map specifically. Five bajillion orcs, 3 buildings, and it feels like they spawned another group right as soon as we were about to start capturing the generator. Every time.
The place is being overrun.
Greenskins. Tyranids were not enough, I suppose.
Orc or Tyranid, they all need killing.
The foe is engaging in
Wait, I don't remember my... I don't remember the robot having a grenade launcher on its arm when I was playing it.
He doesn't. That was Sarkis.
Okay, they were standing right next to each other, so my eyes were deceived. Well, I can't see it, Jack.
Don't worry about it.
It would be great if he did have a grenade launcher attachment on the fist.
Mortar batteries 3 and 4 are now operational.
Yep, and here comes that extra wave. And I think that's everything. Now you just have to get back to the top, yeah?
Yep.
Again, I apologize that this is the way that we have to do this.
Yeah, it's not ideal, but at least we'll have the stuff. Oh, Davian kind of needs to heal. He can do that while we're capturing the generator.
Allied infantry are dying. We must support them.
Oh, they're fine.
One person dies. Oh no!
I'm pretty sure they infinitely replenish, so...
I mean, they are technically on top of a beacon, right?
I'm not sure if they need one.
Hmm.
Maybe on harder difficulties they do. But, the AI tends to super cheat, actually.
All generators are now operational, Commander.
It usually has to,
Defenses
just
are
try and
fully
stay
online,
fair.
But Angel Gate
Yeah.
remains open.
I'm still mad about Illidan immediately respawning the moment I killed him.
Yeah, that's not great. Warcraft 3 is a game I like a lot. It's got some problems.
Now it has more problems than it used to.
Commander, you are near the gatehouse.
It's really remarkable.
Close Angel Gate.
Very little about this gate is angelic.
Here come the Space Marines. Give them covering fire.
Okay, let's deploy turrets.
As you order.
How can we serve?
And then Cyrus begins capturing.
Yep, remember to not go any further north than you have to. That was the thing last time. We went too far north and we died to acid.
Tracking large Tyranid spores dropping near Angel Gate.
I like that they're all playing laser tag.
Spore impact. Relaying location.
Guys, spitters, more guys from the sun. We gotta beat the big ones. That's one, that's two. We were fighting three at the same time last time, yes?
2.
It was just two. Okay.
We keep invulnerability up.
I'm keeping my eye out on all the things streaming in. I'm not sure what that notification
Damn it.
on right was. What, did they interrupt capture?
Of course they did.
Of course they did.
Cyrus died.
Ah.
I got him up with a medkit, but like... Well, now Tarkus is capturing.
Tactical priority orders.
He was
So
capturing.
bullshit. That's so bullshit!
Hey, look, 2 more. See, I thought we were fighting 3 last time. They were probably fighting 2, killed 1, and then these 2 fought. Even then, I could probably be wrong. The only way to know for sure would be to go back and look at the footage. It's difficult to go back and look at, though. It's like I already lived through this 3 times. Why do I want to look at it again? But here we are. We're looking at it again because this time you're gonna win. You're so good at this game.
Okay, Tarkus has to retreat, everybody's dead.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Now Cyrus is capturing again.
Well, the turrets helped.
Yeah, they're doing their job.
Tarkus awaiting orders. Reposition.
These 2 buildings on the side are really important because they keep those spore mines off us.
How can we serve?
I think we lost them at some point last time because we went too far north.
Well, and we got half the squads afterwards, so they didn't get into the buildings properly because they just died on the way. Like, it's totally possible, and you can see we have extra guardsman squads, so they can still theoretically garrison it. Oh, they're not replenishing. That squad is only 3. Fuck that. Fuck that.
Yeah, you are using the artillery a lot less than I would. I don't know, I'd like hitting the button.
Come on, Cyrus, you're almost there.
I have a thing where I don't like to sit on cooldown for too long. I don't save the vulnerary.
Angel Gate is closing.
Okay.
Hail the heroes of Angel's Gate!
Crossing my fingers.
Thank the Emperor!
Well done, Commander. Meridian is in your debt.
Fuck this fucking mission.
But we're in the space theme game, so they can just fly over the wall, right?
Commander, the Orc looters remain a serious concern. Disabling the base generators speaks of some sort of plan. They must want something here. With your permission, I will oversee the mop-up operations. I do not want to leave anything to chance.
Well, good job. You beat the mission.
I beat the mission.
We probably could have beaten it together if the game would have not locked up.
Yep. It's not that hard, it's just frustrating. And the problem is the crashing. But we got
Ideally-
through it. That asshole mob rush. It's taken care of. Cyrus died like 3 times. It's fine.
It's fine. It worked out in the end.
Avidus wasn't even here and he gets a level up. So as long as we've got the cameras rolling, let's talk about equipment.
Commander, a signal from Angel Forge. It is Sergeant Tarkus.
Commander, we have spotted orcs making for storehouses north of Angel Gate. I think this may have been their goal all along.
Commander, those are the private storehouses of House Vandis. Before his flight, the governor destroyed the records of what they contained. I can only imagine what weaponry he may have been hoarding, or the damage they could do in orc hands.
She is right, Commander. We must stop those raiders.
Yeah, I normally don't do equipment. So normally I'm just spinning characters and like changing their weapons and making them shoot guns in order to try to have something visual to look at.
So
Let's see how
normally, because we've gotten very unlucky with equipment for Avitus, we equip him with the rocket launcher, because that's all we've got. This is not a fancy weapon. It doesn't do anything particularly special. It's the best weapon he can equip.
It looks good.
So, remember when I was talking about why plasma guns are good for Tarkus? Because they're kind of an anti-everything gun?
Yeah.
This is just a really big one, and it blows up when it hits.
Ah.
Area of effect, ignores cover, knockback, 190 damage per shot, and it doesn't list it, but the way the game calculates it, it still has a plasma rifle's chance to reduce armor on hit.
But it's still stopped by a simple staircase.
Well, yes, but it's also like twice as accurate, and everybody can be stopped by staircases. The line of sight in this game is terrible. So unless we get a fancy plasma cannon, this will be Avitus's gun for the rest of the game.
You know, if I used Avitus much.
There will be missions where we are forced to bring the entire unit, particularly the last mission.
Okay.
Which, that's sure going to be something to micromanage. I don't know who's going to get control of who. It's going to be a lot of fun.
Why don't you just give both of them to
I
you?
assume you want the energy line?
Sure.
One level away from focus mastery.
Yeah.
It's a very good skill. It's probably the one thing that makes Avitus good. That and heavy weapon specialist, so that he no longer needs to set up.
Yeah.
That's pretty strong.
Him not having to set up would just be a treat. That way he doesn't have to sit. You often ask me,
You've already got that.
You often ask me, why is Avitus all the way back there? The answer was because he was set up, and I didn't want him to move.
Yeah, and now you don't have to.
He also just has ridiculous range when he's using that focus thing.
Mm-hmm.
Not as much range as Cyrus, but...
I mean, the sniper rifles are required to be the longest range weapon in the game. It's like the rules.
Mm-hmm. It doesn't feel like a sniper rifle, and it doesn't have the best range.
And his two squad mates still have suppression weapons. And this is the big problem with Terminator Avitus. He gets an assault cannon, his squad mates don't.
But his squad mates still get the Terminator armor.
So, yes. So he becomes the only person in his squad that has a suppression weapon, and that's his whole ass job.
I see.
So he gets a fancy assault cannon, which is just a Gatling gun. It's just a Gatling gun.
I mean, I like Gatling guns.
Yeah, it's very neat. He's the only one that gets one, and he walks slower, and he very doesn't die, I guess, but again, it cuts his damage by a third. Because now he's the only one in his squad who's ever shooting.
Yeah, that doesn't sound great.
Thaddeus has the problem of not really doing his job anymore either, because he doesn't disrupt on teleport. You can get him a thing that causes his teleport to cause suppression.
But that's
I think it's his first... Yes. And it changes to include teleport, I think. But not in the base game. Just the DLC.
I see.
The skills get seriously reworked in the DLC to make certain builds better.
I mean, as a DLC should.
Yeah. So, the result is that Thaddeus is really bad at his job, and since the majority of what we fight are small enemies in large numbers, his base loadout is much better for that. 3 dudes with thunderhammers and shields are not very good for what we're fighting because we're not fighting that many tanks.
Yeah, we mostly
All
fight
this
tiny
being
little
said,
Zerglings.
and I'm sure that somebody's going to say this in the comments, on the harder difficulties, you fight a lot more heavy armor. And suddenly squads with Terminator armor get a lot better because they're harder to kill, and they do AP to tanks.
You
All of
presume
them.
much. Nobody comments on my videos. Maybe that'll change in the future, but as for now,
Maybe.
yeah.
But for what we're fighting right now, Terminator armor's not good, and we get it next mission. So the only person we're probably going to equip it to is Tarkus, who is not here right now. And that's because currently he's the only one who can use it. There is a ranged build for Rex. We could have done it.
We did.
And it makes this skill right here, Deadly Aim, really strong because he fires 2 shots per tick. Which is just 2 chances every time he shoots to instantly kill something.
Oh, excellent.
His range build actually is pretty good.
And his
And
range
it works
build is
best
also...
with rapid fire weapons.
You also mentioned
which
that
makes...
his range build was safer on higher difficulties, yes?
It is. Ranged in general is safer on higher difficulties. And unfortunately, that takes Thaddeus from made of cardboard to made of glass.
Hmm.
From what I've heard, Thaddeus, depending on how you play him, can be borderline unusable on higher difficulties. If you do his ranged build, he can kind of be usable, but there's all of these people who are better at their job, in particular, Tarkus the borderline unkillable.
Well, I mean, when you have people you have to leave out, some people are gonna get left out in, like, massive elimination. Not everybody can be the best. Which is unfortunate. If it was, like, within a 3% difference, then that might be something, but...
Now, of course, people still bring who they want when they play this game.
Because they
and
have preferences.
Yeah, everybody has a playstyle preference, and you can beat the game with any combination of squads. It can be done. My first playthrough, I played on normal, and I used Thaddeus excessively because jump packs are fucking cool.
Does that sound neat?
He was constantly the weakest link in my composition, but I used him. But in a real-time strategy game, ranged just tends to work better than melee. And when you can have one person with a ton of health for your melee that has a jump pack, and does huge area damage per strike with the big thunder hammers, that's just better. Also, it gives you suppression resistance and health and makes you faster somehow. Like, it really just kind of takes Thaddeus' job away from him. So he's really only here if you're doing a ranged build on the Force Commander.
Hmm.
And for that, you absolutely are going to go for Terminator armor on him.
But we'll look forward to getting that next time.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about this again, probably.
Maybe if we wind up getting the DLC to stream that as well, we will switch up some of our builds and we can do a ranged commander. Could be neat.
But for now, we have accomplished that which we have set out to accomplish. The map is cleared.
The map is cleared! We've done it!
You've done it. I did nothing. I sat here.
We've done it! You were great emotional support.
Well, we'll see you next Tuesday, or some other Tuesday. But until then, remember...
Sorry, I had nothing.
Completely fair. Bye!
Bye!